next lesson, or?
At this time, I would like to make a few statements regarding policy here at the college. Any information as to the whereabouts of the previous group of apprentices would be greatly appreciated. As of yet, there has been no sign of them. The Midden remains off limits at this time. While the initial outbreak has been cleaned up, the area is still considered hazardous. No more experiments are to be carried out there, and mages are advised that you enter the Midden at
Thanks for the follow, Maddie.
Once again, I must ask that everyone please clean up any materials used in the common areas. We've had yet another sprained ankle due to soul gems being left on the floor. Let's please try and keep injuries to a minimum.
Okay. How are you doing, Maddie? How's it going?
I care little for idle conversation, but perhaps you need help with conjuration magic. If you require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know.
Actually, I'm here to pick up quests.
Please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by Atronox roaming their town. The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college.
Oh yeah, I'm having a good time, thank you. Are there many conjurers outside of the college?
Not within society, no. Many who practice within the School of Conjuration do so on their own, secretly. Thalion is the only one I know who is public about what he does. He was once my teacher here, but left the college years ago.
Currently, I'm just looking for all kinds of quests that I can pick up, so trying to see what I can get. Why did Thalion leave the college?
He didn't like the Archmage. Hated dealing with him. Hated having to answer to him. Thalion said he hated what this place was becoming, so he just left. Aron found a note on his desk, and that was it. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem.
Oh? Spill the tea, my man. Summoning undead isn't frowned upon?
I sure know. Those archaic policies died out with the Mages Guild, and were never enforced here. Necromancy, as any other type of magic, is a tool to be used. Of course, non-mages may not see it that way, so we don't go around flaunting it.
Thank you, Maddie. You said something about missing apprentices.
Ah, that, yes. The group prior to yours has disappeared entirely. It's possible that there was less than the necessary amount of oversight. That's still being looked into. But we've had no contact with them for quite some time now. Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow managed to get themselves lost in the Outer Realms. But I think that's giving them too much credit.
What's the most interesting game you've played recently? Oh, God. I've played quite a bunch of games recently. Probably, I'd say the one I had the most fun with exploring was the Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remasters, because I played those games as a kid, and it's been so long since I played them, and the remasters added a lot of stuff in terms of achievements and such, so that's been a really fun time whenever I'm off work. How long have they been missing?
I hadn't really considered it in terms of time. I suppose it's been at least a month.
A month?
Let me
Wow.
think. What were they working on? As I recall, Ysra was trying to improve flame cloak spells to better work in Skyrim's harsh environment. Elos Tai was practicing illusion spells. She was having trouble with the calm spells, I believe, but only ever worked with skeevers. And then there's Borvir and Rundi, twins, though they rarely agreed on anything. Those two boys were obsessed with mead, convinced they could concoct something to compete with Honningbrew. Something about using frost magic to chill the mead for a certain period of time. I felt it was a waste, but the Archmage let them proceed.
How do you come up with ideas for new content and keep your channel fresh and interesting? I really don't. I am not streaming to be fresh and interesting and like present stuff that will get me more viewers. I am using these streams to work through my backlog of games, because I have so many games in my library that if I was just left to my own devices, I would never get around to. So I basically use an RNG to pick the next game I stream, and then I stream the game, I finish it, and I move on to the next one. That's really all there is to it.
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
Actually, no. You know what? Don't.
It's possible, but we've had no... Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow
Where could they
managed
have
to get
gone?
themselves... I'm not sure. None of them were working on anything terribly dangerous. As I recall, Yisra was trying to... Elos Tai was practicing illusion spells. She was happy. And then there's Borvir. Though something about using frost magic
Done.
to chill the mead for a certain period of time.
This is
I thought it
Ancano.
was a waste, but the Archmage let them proceed. What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken.
I literally just arrived.
Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear?
What's the purpose of the college?
Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us.
I'd like to know more about the college's history.
I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era. Beyond that, it's hard to say. Events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant loss of our history, I'm afraid.
What happened?
The Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold, but it was not left untouched.
What caused the Great Collapse?
No one is sure of the cause. Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences that were only felt years later. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case.
Tell me more about the Great Collapse.
The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain.
So they basically had week-long tsunamis. Wow, that must have sucked.
Not often, no. Some risks must be taken to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us.
Alright. Thank you for the conversation.
Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest of Skyrim.
Okay, this is Ancano. These are my two fellow apprentices. There was somebody else walking around just now. Oh my god. Wait, you.
There are some experiments the college frowns on, if they're aware of them, of course.
If. Okay. That's the Archmage's quarters. Let's go to the Arcaneum. Okay. Let's save before we talk to anybody else. I feel like we're probably gonna have to investigate the missing students. So this guy we already talked to. This leads back to Skyrim. Just gonna read all these books in case they give us any information.
I don't want to see you treat any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
Of course not.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance?
Is there any college business I can assist with?
If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations.
I'm ready for some adventure.
All right, here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful.
Find a copy of Children of the Sky.
Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes or dissolved to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials.
That's quite an impressive library.
A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available as possible. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact.
Are there any special books you're looking for?
As a matter of fact, there are. Have you ever heard of Shalador? Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian, and devoted all his time to research and study, but more than you would imagine possible. Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't translate them. I'm one of the few who can. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us.
Okay, Charlotte's Insights. What have we got for sale?
I have a few things laying around that weren't worth adding to the collection. You may look through them.
Alright. Oh, I can only sell books to him. Oh, well, at least I can get rid of the spell tomes that I already know. Okay.
Until next time.
Alright, let's look at... Oh my god, that's a lot of books lying around here. Oh, that got us a map update, nice. Okay. Oh, that one we already had. We're not gonna steal anything. Let's not do
There
that.
are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of execution.
Okay, and now the books that are up here. Oh my god. That's a lot of books. Already had that one. Chance's Folly. The Dunmere, Book of the Daedra. Pretty sure we already had these. The Wisp Mother. We already defeated one of those. She was quite a challenge, actually. Alright, let's see if we have anything else. Another map update, okay. Alright, I don't think we're getting any skill upgrades here. Just map updates, which is still good. I'll take the map updates. It'll help us figure out where we're going next. But still. Alright. Last but not least, the book's down here. Alright, I think that's everything in here for now. Let's get further upstairs. Ah, Archmage's quarters. Okay, well, we're not doing that. Hall of Elements. Where was it? Here. Okay. Hall of Countenance. I think that's the only one we haven't actually been to yet. Oh wait, I can take these without any repercussions? Okay. Don't mind if I do. It's all upgrade materials and soul gems. Seriously? I can just take stuff and nobody cares. Okay. Oh, here we can. Okay. Somebody really likes their food. Let's stay here for now. Who are you? Oh, that's Travis. Yeah, I wanted to talk to him.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward. Oh my, that's quite a difficult question. Never underestimate the ability to influence others. Whether they're friends or foes, they're almost all susceptible to illusion spells. They can turn the tide of a battle in a moment's notice. There are also spells that help in avoiding conflict altogether. Invisibility is tricky to master, but exceptionally useful. Use the gloves to clear the focal points.
Ah, yes.
Return to me when you have finished. I thought I made this rather clear.
Right, he already gave me a quest. Let me use the alchemy lab. Okay, that was a nice glitch. Yes, quit alchemy. Alright. Do we have any alchemical ingredients that we did not actually explore yet? Oh, this. Alright. Done. Who are you? Oh, you're Faralda.
Job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
Alright. Let's go upstairs. Oh. Hang on, is that a trapdoor? What is the mitten? Let's save before we do anything stupid. And let's actually get back in our usual plate armor. There we go.